Today we are going to learn about Power BI interface and how exactly the Power BI looks and what are the components of Power BI. Let's quickly jump into the lesson without any further ado. And please bear with me. I'm a little bit ill today, but I just don't want to break the Power BI sessions. So I'm just continuing as it is. If you have any questions and queries, you're always welcome to, comment in the description, in the video description, in the comment section. You can also write an email to datacloudsolutions.co.uk, contact the Data Cloud Solutions, and you can also visit my website at datacloudsolutions.co.uk, and you can you can submit a form. So let's quickly jump into Power BI today. So let me share my screen first. All right. I hope you guys are able to look at my screen. Now, I would like to quickly open the Power BI. Let's open Power BI. So basically, why we would use Power BI? Power BI, as you know, is a business intelligence tool. So all the reporting and dashboarding happens within Power BI environment, and then once you're finished and ready with your reporting and dashboarding, you can just simply deploy your reports and dashboards into app.powerbi interface, where your reports and dashboards will be residing in for further, management. For the further management to look at. So let's quickly understand each section of the Power BI. So this is a menu bar which you are looking at: file, home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help. These are all the options that are available on the menu bar. And these options, let me just quickly get my pen. Yep. Where is it? Right. So our pen has appeared here. So this is what we call menu bar, right? And this is what we call our Power BI options, right? So Power BI interface options. Each option has a different functionality behind it. So let's discuss all of this. So let's quickly jump into what this is, right? So this indicates, currently we are on this screen. This is called Canvas, Power BI Canvas, where you will drag and drop all your visualizations and to do analysis, visual analysis. This is the pane that you will use, right? So what is the second one? This is a table view. So for example, you have loaded few tables, right? So let me just demonstrate it properly. So I'm getting data. So whenever you want to get data or whenever you want to start your analysis, you have to have data, isn't it? So to get the data, you go to get data, right? This is the option. You go and click on get data option, right? And then let me decrease it. So this is a get data option where you'll click on it and it will give you a window of options, right? Power BI can officially connect to multiple and various data sources, and it has a plethora of options it will give you, and flexibility to connect to various data sources, right? So you can bring in as many data sources as you like, and then perform your analysis according to the business problems, right? So why you will be doing data analysis, why you'll be doing analysis here? Because you are keen to understand what's going on in a business, and you're here to solve a business problem. You're not here to create visual chats, but through visual chats you want to bring out insights, why particular thing is happening, and if there is any pattern in the data set and something like that. So you're the main person who is actually helping businesses to understand what's happening inside their business and where they should optimize things, right? And all of that using visual analytics. Power BI enables you to do the visual analytics, isn't it? Now, my data is in Excel workbook right now. We have Power BI semantic model option, data flows, data was, SQL Server, analysis services, which is provided by SQL Server, and text and CSV, web like APIs, and all of these options, right? So you have many options. If you click on more option, it will give you all the options that are available for you to connect through Power BI. So you can connect to these many data sources directly through Power BI. So that is the flexibility that Power BI gives you, and that is why it is very, 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 very faster and as well as efficient tool to use. That is why many companies use Power BI these days, right? So it is very easy to use drag and drop tool. Now let's quickly click on Excel workbook. So my data is residing inside Excel workbook. So I'm going to take Amazon retail sales. So let me see what this data has. Now, once you click on get data and then select your file, it is going to open a window here, right? So it is giving you three tables that are available in the Amazon retail sales Excel worksheet. So you can take orders, right? And you can take people and then click on load. What am I doing here? I'm going first into get data and then selecting my data source. And then once I select the data source, Power BI is giving an option to import whatever the data you want for the analysis, right? For my analysis, I only want to, for example, I only want to take orders and people's table. So I'm importing orders and people's table here, right? So I'll click on load. So the data is loading right now into the Power BI Vertipack engine. So it is creating a compressed version of the data. So as we have mentioned in previous sessions that Power BI compresses your data. For example, you are taking 10 GB of data, you are importing 10 GB of data from various data sources. It is going to, compress it to 1 GB. So that's 10% of the complete data that you have imported. So that is why Power BI is able to run the visualizations faster. So now once we have clicked on get data and then choose our data source and then also selected our tables to import, these tables have actually appeared here. So how did these tables actually appeared here, right? This is what data pane is. So this is one option, right? This is visualizations pane, right? Two, where you will use various visualizations to represent the data, whatever the imported data. And this is a menu bar. Three, and this is options bar within the Power BI. 4, and this is Power View. 5, and this is table view. We will look into table view right now. This is 6, and then this is Power Pivot where the modeling happens. This is Power Pivot. 7, right? And this is page view, right? 8, and then we have the final one, which is filters pane, right? This is filters pane. 9. So since we used get data here, right? Before we used get data here, let's use table view now. Okay, so now we will click on table view, right? So what does table view consist of? So table view is used to see what data is actually within inside the tables that you have imported. So for example, I have imported orders table and also I have imported people's table, right? So in orders table, as you can clearly see, this is the orders detail. This is the orders detail of the orders table, right? It has various columns, right? It has order ID, order date, when did the order placed, and when did the order was shipped actually, and what was the ship mode, is it a standard class or first class ship mode, customer ID, who ordered that product and which segment it is, and what is the country, city, state, postal code, region, and what is the product ID, category, subcategory, and what is the address, right? What is the product name, and what was the sale amount for that product that they purchased, right? Let me just go back quickly, right? So basically, this is used to look at the data, raw data that you have actually imported into your Power BI. Right now, I'm on orders table. Now, if I click on, right now, if I click on people's table, now the data here changes to people, right? So this people table is actually used for different purpose, but normally we will understand that the sales are happening around west, east, central, south regions, and the corresponding representatives for each region are these people, right? Anna and Reddy, right? This person is responsible for west region sales, isn't it? So this person is responsible west region, and this person is responsible for east region sales, and Kelly is responsible central, and so on. Cassandra is responsible for south region sales. So these are the district managers or managers of the company, sales company, whatever the company they are working for. Okay. Now there is a problem here. If you carefully observe, it shows column one and column two, but there is no identity for these columns. How do you know what is this? This is name, right? It shows person, and this is region. It it is available here, but within the Power BI, if you carefully observe here, it is showing column 1 and column 2. Now, this is a common issue that happens in Power BI. What we can do is we can simply go into our report view here and click on transform data. So we will not discuss more about transform data today. So in further classes, we will discuss about it. This is a huge subject which is used to perform ETL, right? Which is used to perform ETL operations. So within the Power BI. So we will click on transform data now, right? It is going to take you to a Power BI, a Power Query editor, right? So here you will do all your transformations like cleaning the data, standardizing the data, right? For the purpose of your further analysis, right? For your analysis to look good, your data must be looking good. If your data is dirty, then your analysis will always be skewed, isn't it? So it will not be as per the standard. So obviously, if you have wrong numbers, you cannot be taking decisions on the wrong numbers. Obviously, you'll be ending up with wrong results. Hence, your business will go down you know instead of generating the revenue, your revenue will be dropped. So that is the reason it is very important to actually standardize the data, clean the data, right? Standardize the data, and then find the patterns, right? Find the patterns, and then remove the duplicates, remove the duplicates, and then if there are any null values, remove the null values as well, right? So all of these operations consist of, right? All of these operations are considered and comes under data cleaning operations, right? Data cleaning operations. And while you're performing these operations, what this is called data transformations, right? So data transformations. Now let's quickly run a data transformation here where we want person to come here, region to come here. We don't want column 1 and column 2. So what we can do, there is a simple option here Power BI is providing. Hey, don't write any complex queries. Just click on here, right? What is this? It is called use first row as header, right? So what is this? This is nothing but header, isn't it? This is nothing but header. right? So now this is the first row, person and region. So what we are doing, we are simply clicking use first row as header. Now look what is happening here. Once I click on use first row as header, it is going to bring person and region on top of the headers place. Right now you clearly understand, okay, this column is for the persons column, and this column is representing the region. So this is how we'll be able to run all these transformations. So there are many transformations that are available inbuilt from the Power Query standpoint, where you will be using your in your project. So you can also choose columns, keep rows, remove rows, split column, right, group by, use first row as we just did it, replace values, data type. If you want to change the data type of the text to int, float, date, all of that, right? So now let's go click on apply. Right, once we do the transformations, we have to click on apply. That's when the transformations whatever we did will be applied on our actual table. Right now if you carefully observe, before it was showing column 1 and column 2, now it is showing person and region, right? So now we have resolved a problem here, right? We have standardized the data. Now what is happening, we understood get data option, we understood power view, which is nothing but this, and we also understood data table view. Right now we need to understand power pivot. So what is power pivot? Excuse me. So power pivot is nothing but using the relationships, right? Establishing the relationship between two tables. Now, for example, there are two tables that I've imported, right? Now I will delete this uh, existing relationship between these two tables. So database is nothing but, right? So let me explain you simply. So what is database? Obviously, at the end of the day, you will be connecting your Power BI to any databases, isn't it? So what you will do, database is here, for example, right? So what is database consist of? What does database consist of? Database in turn consists of multiple tables, right? Multiple tables. Each table representing, right? Each table within the database representing a business structure, right? Or a business information. For example, you have a business, right? For example, let's take an Amazon website, right? Amazon website sells what products, different products, right? So there is a products table within the database, right? Product has category, right? There is a category table within the database, and product also has a price, right? So that will be placed inside a product table, right? So like that, the Amazon website also has a customer, right? So obviously you go to Amazon website and you will be buying some stuff. So who is buying the stuff here? Customers. So obviously there should be a customer table, right? This is a customer table. This is the product table. This is a category table. Let's say this is a category table, right? This is a let's say customer table we have already mentioned here. So like that we have many tables available within the database. Right. The only table that is between all these tables is called a fact table, right? FACT, fact table, right? So what is the purpose of the fact table? Customer table has customer details, product table has product details, and product category table has category details, right? So customer, in order to purchase a product, he has to go through all these tables, isn't it? All these tables internally the database should touch, because if customer is making a purchase, let's say for example he is making a purchase, the customer table will obviously have to check the first, right? Is the customer available? Okay, for example a customer, new customer is added here, right? This new customer is going to purchase one of the product from this table, right, which is under this category, right, which is under price. Each product has a price, right? So which has this price. So all of this information will be stored under a centralized table called fact table, where all the sales information, whatever the information that is customer providing from customer's end, from the user end, the data will be stored in the fact table. So to access all of these tables, right? To access, so if the data is scattered, if the data is scattered from multiple tables, data is scattered uh, among multiple tables, to connect these tables to bring out the logical information to do the analysis. For example, we can't take customer details to do customer wise sales, isn't it? How do we know the customer wise sales? How many sales each customer did? We have to use a fact table in between. So we need to connect customer table to the fact table, and then we will ask, hey fact table, give me this customer's details. Okay, now both tables now both tables are connected using something called joins joins concepts, right? We have different types of joins. Joins are called left join, right join, left outer join, right outer join, inner join, outer join. So these are all the joins, right? So altogether, this kind of e-commerce infrastructure is stored behind the scenes in the database, right? In a star schema, right? Star schema. So what is star schema is all the dimensions tables, right? Customer table, product table, category table, right? All the tables is connected to one fact table, which is called sales table. Excuse me, guys. Right? So that is what we call star schema. That is the meaning of star schema. So what is the relationship of star schema here? Now these are the two tables. How do we connect these two tables? To connect any two tables, there is a common column available in both tables. For example, in order tables, we should have a person table, right? Or maybe a region, right? In order table, we have region. In people table also, we have region. So we can connect these two, right? Region to region. So what is the relationship between region to region? This is one to, from people to orders table, one to many, right? This is a one to many relationship. So automatically Power BI will pick up what is the relationship between these two tables. Automatically, when you drag region onto region, it will automatically create a star here. You see star and here one. That means one to many. Now why this is important? Let's go back. So for example, I want to know region wise. Let's say person wise. We have four persons, isn't it? These are the four persons. Let me increase the font, or maybe let me zoom in a little bit. So we have four persons here. Now, how do we know each person's contribution to the company? How many sales for each region? How many sales these people were able to drive for each region? For that, we don't have any sales figure here, isn't it? In the people's table, we only have person and region. But to get the sales, we need to have a logical relationship between two tables. So that is what we have established here, one to many. Now, if we if we drag the sales here, right? Now, if we drag the sales here, it will automatically show, okay, Anna has somewhere 700,000 sales. Cassandra did 300,000 sales, right? Close to 400,000 sales. So like that, this is available right now. But what if there is no relationship between these two tables? Let's remove the relationship, right? Let's delete the relationship. Now, if we carefully observe, if we go back, there are no sales. It is giving a random sales amount, right? It is giving the sales amount, but everyone has the same sales amount. Why this is happening? Because of there is no established between there is no relationship established between orders table and people's table, right? So we can understand this relationship concept in a simple way, right? So this is all about power pivot, right? We bring the data, right? We bring the all tables that are required for your analysis to solve a business problem, and then we create a schema like star schema, snowflake schema, something like that. We will create here, and then we will do all our analysis here, right? Now if we do the relationship between region to region, we establish a relationship between these two. Now if you carefully observe, the numbers has changed. Now if we can now we can simply say that Anna has drived more sales than any other person here, right? So the least sales was Cassandra, 400,000 sales. Now this is these are the various components within the Power BI, and we will be focusing more on Power Pivot and different types of charts, graphs in coming classes. But as of now, this is what Power BI is all about. Now we got a simple insight, right? Who made actually huge sales, right? Who was the first person? Who was the highest sales person that is available in the data? That the answer is Anna. Anna has got 700,000 sales. So let's quickly end this session, right? I hope you guys understood the concepts. I hope you guys understood what is Power BI and why we use Power BI and what are the different types of options available. We understood get data, we understood Power View, right? Report view, and we understood table view, we understood Power Pivot, and we also created a simple visualization here. We can also visualize this visualization in a different way by clicking like this, right? If you carefully observe, visualization has changed into bar chart, right? This is also called stacked column chart, right? So this is all about today's Power BI tutorial. We will be moving forward. We'll be understanding more in-depth concepts of Power BI so that you will be able to understand from basics to advanced level of Power BI functionalities, and hopefully it will help you at your job and also to to advance your understanding about business intelligence. If you have any queries and questions, you're always welcome to visit my website at datacloudsolutions.co.uk, and you can fill out a form, or you can always reach out me via the comment section within the video, right? By saying that, I hope you guys understood everything. Thank you guys, thank you for your time. Have a great day.